Under translucent starlight, magical letters are sent flowing through the night's gentle breeze. The recipients of these letters would be welcomed to a one-of-a-kind event. Invites were sent to individuals from all over the world, reaching even beyond our own feeble realm. The guests show up disguised with stylish masks, meeting others from faraway lands. Upon a call from the master of the house, an honorary guest is invited for a private chat within the palace's lounge. Welcome to the Starfall Masquerade. See you soon.
Hello there, my lovely people. Good afternoon. It has surely been a little while since I've spoken to you all. It is a lovely day today. I hope you're all doing phenomenally. Welcome to all the new viewers here tonight. This is the second ever masquerade, and today's guest is quite an interesting one. It is my first time talking with LaeDee, but we'll give her a proper introduction here in just a second. I just wanted to, say I hope you guys have been doing well. Apologies for the small delay. That is all on me for having poor scheduling habits and running home. Totally. Yeah, I think it is time, without further ado, for us to go and have a little chat, shall we? All right, let's go. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome. Hi, LaeDee. How you doing?
Hi. Hi. I'm good. Hello.
Well, welcome to the Masquerade, our second ever show. If for all the new viewers, if you could introduce yourself for those who do not know you, that would be lovely.
Hello, my name is Lady. I am co-host of Things VTubers Say, a YouTube series that covers all VTuber news from indie and corporate. Hi.
And you call yourself not professional. That was the most professional intro I've ever heard. Damn, I need myself one of those. It's like fully scripted. Damn, I need to learn myself.
No,
But yeah, thank you for accepting. It's lovely to have you here. And I hope you will have a phenomenal time. We have prepared, as always, some lovely topics to go through, and 2 little fun games, as well as a Q&A for those who hang around. And hopefully we'll get through them very swiftly and without any issue. But yeah, I just wanna get started nice and easy with you told me that you had a quote unquote previous life before becoming a VTuber. And I wanted to know what was that like before? What's the backstory even before LaeDee was a thing?
Well, before LaeDee, I was like a smaller like DIY indie VTuber. So like I did everything myself because that's cheaper.
I've never heard it like referred to that as DIY. That's interesting. It makes sense.
Yeah, my friend, I used to have like a certain orc VTuber would always like, whenever I came in, they would always be like, "Hey, I love DIY VTubers who like do it yourself," and I'm like, "Yay!" So, yeah. I went under like, I kind of wanted to expand my art brand because I just went by like Kerwell as like art, and I was like, well, maybe if I do VTubing, it'll help me have some motivation to expand my branding on art and just, grow on social media as an artist. And then the rest is history with the VTuber rabbit hole from there.
Oh, yes, of
Went
course.
beyond just wanting to do art.
As we all do. Now, this is a very interesting little backstory, but what I'm even more curious about is how you got into becoming the co-host of Things VTubers Say, because your design is very similar to False's, and I was like, it almost seems like they were designed together. So what's the story behind that? They were?
Yeah. So, well, obviously False came first, but then False was like, I'm literally like just the gender bend of False ID, to be completely honest. Like that was the design. He's like, I wonder if ID was a woman. And then he's like, I wonder if I hired someone to portray this woman.
So it was all from him wanting to have a female version of himself.
Yeah. And then he was like, yeah. Then he was like, yeah, let's do it. I remember like, I think maybe it was like, I don't know if like Mouse was the one that put it in his head, but like I remember he has said it in TVS when like he revealed the gender bend before auditions were open in the Speak of the Devil ones. They were like, so who's this female looking girl? He's like, oh, I don't know, to be seen. Whoa.
So you had, I wasn't obviously keeping up with you by then. So you had so False existed, and then you had your own little debut within his kind of community. Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Do you think people just thought that False was going to get a female model and just still keep his voice? That's what I would have thought.
Oh, for sure.
Nothing changes apart from
before from debut, we were just kind of like, it was kind of like a thing I brought up. I was like, hey, do you want to do like a little troll thing? Or like, since like you have the model and be your voice, and then I'll make it glitch to like the debut lore video or whatever. And he was like, no, I promised Mousy, I promised myself, I'm not gonna do that. I don't like, it's like a rule in the TVS. No trolling like that. No graduation trolls, no Twitter longers.
I see. That's
we
respectful.
have standards.
Well, going back to that little subsection that you talked about, about being a DIY VTuber and all, what got you into making models? Like, what was the inspiration? You said you fell into a VTuber hole, but what sparked that? What was the beginning of that?
Do you know my Lord and Savior Buff Pup? I have kind of been using their
Yes.
emotes in your chat. for this.
Yes, I noticed.
Yeah, Buff Pup. Buff Pup for sure. Actually, my original model for like before was just like kind of like a version of myself, like very tired college student and whatever with a little homage to like Buff Pup or whatever. And yeah, I mean, I just tuned in when Buff Pup was still streaming like behind the scenes, not TVS, live 2D stuff. So like, I remember they were working on a Bat plushie,
Ooh.
live 2D VTuber model at the time, and I was like, I want to do this. And then that got me into the rabbit hole of Juniper, who is another, like DIY VTuber that just rigs and draws it themselves. And it just went from there. I was like, I feel like, sorry, I'm trying not to burp in my mic. I feel like I could do this. So then I did.
I always admire people who get into making VTubers, may there be with art or rigging, because my friends made my models and I see them work on these things and it's so time consuming and you need so much knowledge. Like I joke about them often that when I see somebody rigging with Live 2D, it looks more complicated to understand what's going on than like airplane controls. It looks like the front cabin of a plane, like all the the Live 2D like buttons and stuff. It's just completely out of my kind of realm. But that was really interesting. It's good to know. We all have our own inspirations, and yours are pretty interesting. Yes, I've heard of both of them. I did not know that Buff made her. Did Buff make her model?
When she was still a half of a buff pup.
I see.
Like still a dog.
I see. Well, were you there for the conception of Things VTubers Say? Were you part of the team by then?
For what?
For Things VTubers Say. I'm just curious about like the beginnings of that, but I'm not sure you were there when it was
like before auditions were open.
So sorry, I might be a bit confused with the little timeline. So False was the one who created it, and then you came in after?
False created it, and then a little while in, he opened auditions for the lady co-host one.
Oh,
Yes.
I see. Okay, that's a really interesting storyline.
It's been like maybe like a year or two. I honestly I don't know how long the channel's been open.
Well, do you want to detail
I don't even know.
What's up?
I was gonna say, I don't even know how long it's been since I debuted. Like, numbers, what are those? Time is an illusion that
time
makes
is
little
only a
sense.
concept. It's gone by so fast this year. It's almost the end of 2022. It's insane to me. Well, I wanted to ask a bit about, because as I was researching what you did and what Things VTubers Say was, I was just really curious about like what it is for people who don't know what it is, never watched it. You want to explain just in a bit more detail what you guys do? And I think it's on a weekly basis.
Yes? It's on a daily basis.
It's daily, holy.
On a daily basis. Bro, I don't even know if my hands are tracking, honestly. Hold on, I'm so sorry. I just have my hand. Wait.
You're just dabbing right now.
Am I really? Am I just dabbing? Oh.
You dabbed and then you grabbed an imaginary cup of coffee.
Oh. Starting my dominance.
Yes, anyway, of course.
Well, yeah, so False mainly runs it. He does mainly daily news. And I go about like 3 times a week. I go on talking about indie news 3 times a week minimum. That's all I do. I could do more, but I don't. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. Something that's very emphasized about it is that for Things VTubers Say, even though there have been like some people might say spicy or some somewhat serious. Oh, sorry, that's my iced coffee. Or somewhat serious news. Recently within this year, like all the like VTuber like big events and everything, both fortunate and both sad and both happy and both whatever. Things VTuber Say wants to pride itself on being a reporting channel for like what's there. We don't like to make assumptions. We're not here to be drama news. We're not a drama channel. We're not a I'm gonna cancel channel. We're not about that life. We're about just putting the facts out there in a non-biased way.
I'm really happy to hear that because very frequently channels are categorized as like drama channels. And I'm happy you say that because it does carry a pretty bad connotation. And I think at some point, what's the word I'm looking for? The reliability of these channels suffer because of this kind of branding. But it does make me happy to hear you guys are way more focused on just delivering news and making sure everyone gets to know what's happening without any bias. It is quite nice. It's also, I'm pretty sure, a one-of-a-kind type of thing because even though people might report things here and there, I think you two and Things VTubers Say is like the one and only main kind of quote-unquote news outlet for our little world online. So it's really interesting to me.
It's an honor to get to work with False and everything.
How is that? Is it a pretty demanding thing weekly to just like have to keep up with everything that's going on?
First, because like I mainly came from like I'm a content creator background. Like I like to stream. I was more of a streamer and a person that liked to do like entertaining, silly things. But there was like I did. So like it was hard. It still is kind of technically balancing the news over streaming. Because I really like streaming really badly, but then I'm like, oh no, I'm here for the news. I'm not like we're not like an entertainment place, like we're a news place. So I'm like, oh, I get scolded from time to time because I stream too much, or I end up working on projects that are news related.
You mentioned the whole drama thing, and that's actually got me interested. How do you guys have a certain way or method to go about doing things where it reduces, how do I put this? It reduces the situation from being drama to just being news. Is it the way you guys maybe put across information? Or like, how do you deal with, do you just not cover very like intense topics, or do you still cover them, but do you have a certain way of going about it?
I feel like False could probably answer that a lot more because I only handle I personally don't handle that type of topic of news in that those segments. Who knows? Maybe when our Kohai come in, they might want to try and take a hand at some of those more serious topics or try to see how they can go about it. But personally, I just like talking about like happy stuff. Like, yay!
We've got enough bad news on the actual news on the TV. It's good to lay back and hear some good things about the VTuber community.
Yeah. But one thing that I take out from like what False likes to highlight, like I said, he explained this way better than me, but some things that I take in, like some like little mind like footnotes that I have from how he does go about them, is not really taking any sides, and just stating what's already there, right? With no like assumptions and speculation, just like this happened, this is like this just the event of what it is, and having no personal bias to be shown, which is hard in and of itself. But I feel like you could just kind of I don't know. You can look up on Google how to write a non-biased analysis, a non-biased literary analysis, and that'll boost your skills.
Yes. That's pretty interesting to me. I don't know. I was always very intrigued because the VTuber community is massive and every day there's new stuff. You guys are never running out of stuff to say because it feels like every day some part of the community is exploding regarding a different type of thing, even if it is a new debut, a re-debut, someone said something, someone heard something else, and there's just a whole mess. If you don't mind, I hope this is...
Pushes into technology of VTubing, accessibility.
Yeah, that's another thing that I wanted to cover is how fast just this technology is growing over time. It is kind of
Mm.
scary because the people who, for example, if somebody now decided to get into VTubing and get a model to today's standards, by the time they debut with, you know, the queues and getting the money, waiting for the artist to be done with the model, I feel like things will already be outdated because of how fast the technology is going. And I don't mean outdated in a negative sense. I just mean not not up to the
Mm-mm.
top of like the capabilities of a model. I mean,
Mm-mm. But then that brings me to like counter that with does it matter?
that's the thing. That's another thing that I saw on Twitter. People debating on this topic. It was like, how important is it to actually have a tippity top kind of model?
I want a light
Or
duty model that has 360-degree angles. Thank you.
oh yeah,
Iron Vertex or no Vertex, no TV live duty.
I mean, even today I saw people debating on my feed about even the necessity of even having a model in the first place.
Or a
Yes,
lore
it's
video
nice.
or multiple models that debut.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it's nice. Yes, it does create opportunities that you may not otherwise have, but it's not essential. Guarantee you, hopefully I'm not speaking out of my ass, but every single VTuber has gone through a PNG tuber phase. I want to be, I hope I'm right with that, but most, I would say, have humble beginnings. Nobody just starts with a 360 model, 60 expressions,
Mm-mm.
everything done, you know, lore video. It doesn't work like that. It's a very slow process, even for, you know, the people who are behind it. You know, you can't just DM an artist and be like, anyways, can I just have a model, you know, in for tomorrow? You know, is that doable?
The doable? Thanks. I would like it to be like at this level, art gun level, $9K worth, 24 hours, go.
Speed run.
But even then, right? Like there are VTubers that or PNG tubers that choose to stay as PNG as their branding for the
Yeah,
most
I've
part.
noticed that as well.
Like,
Like
and
very
it's
big
so
people,
it
yeah,
can
who
work.
stayed.
If you make it work, it can work. You just need to find that out of the box creativity on how it'll fit with you. Because I remember I was talking about you earlier on like the same thing goes with like when dealing with scuff on live or like
Hmm.
scuff with anything. You just got to roll with the punches, learn how to adapt and make it seem flawless, even though you are internally a mess.
That was me during our first masquerade. Me, I definitely wasn't panicking. At least today we had a bit more of a smooth kind of transition there. I didn't mess up anything. Scooch says, big agree, you can have a nice model, but you're still an entertainer at the end of the day. Exactly. As many people on YouTube have been the proof that you don't even need a PNG tuber to do well. We know of plenty of examples of people who have just gameplay and their voice, and they do well. They excel in their field. It's just, if you want to take that step, you obviously have to respect your artist, take some time, plan things, and
Continue to
yeah.
just do what you find fun. Like Falls
Exactly.
genuinely finds VTuber news and researching all of that fun. So he
Mm,
hyperfixates on doing it and does a good job because of it. I
mhm,
like indie news and I like hyperfixating on all of the creativity from an individual creator since they don't have like companies or managers or agencies, like a full staff behind them to help them. And I
mm,
find that like so inspiring and motivational. So that helps me hyperfixate on my segments and help me do well for that. But then,
mhm,
like, also for streaming, I really like being silly and sometimes, like, having these, like, really random, like, things, and that's just fun for me. While for others, maybe it might be I just like being this, like, constant thing that's, like, very chill, very relaxed, or maybe super chaotic. Don't do what you wanted. Don't do to copy someone else's format, but make it your own,
mm.
so that way you can genuinely hyperfixate on it and just have fun.
Yeah, that absolutely base take, I will say. Incredible. All right, that was a very nice start to our little ensemble here. However, I will have to cut us short with a little game. However, I am still not sure which one to do between the two of them. I think since we have a Q&A in the middle, I think it would be nice for us to get to know you better. And then after we do that, we go into the Q&A later on. So we're going to be having a returning game. The second game of the stream that's going to be coming later on is brand new. However, this one we did during the first one, and I thought I'd bring it back because of how fun it is. Welcome once more. I hope I put it in. I did not. God damn. Well, this is called Keen Eye. It's our third, or it's a first game of the stream. Or, hold on. Excuse me. Keen Eye will be the second game. The first game will be Fact Check. It is the same game we had during the first Masquerade, where I will be presenting to you, chat, 3 facts about LaeDee. LaeDee has given them behind the scenes, and only one of them is true. And you, through the polls in Twitch chat, have to guess which one is the correct one. And if you do, you win. You have 4 questions, and let's see if you guys can get on the positives. Let's test this out, shall we?
I'm rooting for you, deviants. Don't disappoint me.
All right, here it is. Time for a little fact check. So, our first little grouping of 3 is number 1, I own a pet turtle. Number 2, I am studying chemistry at college. Number 3, I am legally deaf in 1 ear. Let me get you guys a lovely poll here. Question 1. Let's see if you guys can actually pull this off. The poll is in chat. Feel free to vote on what you think is the truth. This reminds me of
one of those sleepover games.
Yeah, it's like 2 truths, 1 lie.
Yeah.
But on this one, it's only 1 truth.
The opposite. 1 truth, 2 lies. Where's my 2? Hello, fingers, 2. Well, now it's 4. Whatever.
I'd like to think you and your mechanical arm sometimes just don't communicate, like it's a separate piece of text.
Oh, there you go.
Hey yo.
Hey yo.
Only 1 year is legal. I don't know. Some people can be. You never know. How would you know? We have a pretty majority vote.
I only have 1 legal year, as you can see.
Yeah, you can't see the other, so it doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's a object permanence. I can't see it. It's not there.
Yes, exactly. Option
4.
We're not gonna start with this stupid ass option 4 meme again, chat.
I'd like to pick number 4. Thank you.
Before we continue, we do have the results. I do want to say that for simplicity's sake, this game goes by majority wins. So even if you voted right, if the majority voted wrong, you still lose collectively as chat. So the least voted option is number 1, I own a pet turtle. Is that true or false?
I have never earned No, false. That's false. That's false ID right there.
That's false. No, okay. Well, you guys got that. Between 3 and 2, the most voted was in fact 3. 57% think you are legally deaf in 1 year. Is that true?
No!
No! You guys got it wrong!
Do you not think I'm capable of being smart?
Well, reveal to us the truth. What was the true bubble?
I'm a chemistry major at Kool-Aid.
What got you into chemistry? I was actually super intrigued when you told me. Of all the things, why chemistry?
I liked it in high school. It was fun.
You guys do, I don't know if this is the right term in English because I didn't study in English, but both organic and inorganic, is that a term you use? Yes, I do remember a bit of high school.
You learned organic and inorganic in high school?
Yeah, is that weird?
Like the actual like molecular content structures and everything?
Yeah. Well, I studied in Brazil. Yeah, my high school was spent in, my high school was spent in Britain, and then my last year was spent in Brazil. In Britain, they did not teach me, I think it was organic. But then when I came back to Brazil, I was forced to learn both in time for the state exam. So I do know a bit. And it was fun. I do like it. I was just curious because I also love chemistry. Yeah, Brazilians are kind of crazy people when it comes to like the amount of shit we have to study for the final exam.
Wow.
But yeah, chat, unfortunately, pretty rocky start there for you guys. Not
I'm
liking
upset
that.
at you.
Let's see if you guys can pull through with the second one. Alright, here's our second set of questions. Number 1, I know how to make and rig VTuber models. Number 2, my favorite anime is Steins Gate. Number 3, I am a twin and also have an older brother. Let me get you guys a lovely, lovely poll. Question 2 is now up and running.
You know what? Honestly, that's kind of tricky.
You think it's tricky?
Not gonna lie, because like technically, Technically,
they should have paid attention because we've talked about one of these. Yes?
We talked about both of them.
We have? Maybe.
Am I the only one here?
Oh, chat is fumbling. Don't fumble, chat. Don't do it. Don't do it.
What do you...
I'm pushing them in the right direction. Please don't. Fuck up. We can't have a streak. At least with our first guest, we had 3 right, 1 wrong. We can't be in the negatives.
3 right, 1 wrong. 3 right.
Yeah, they gotta get all the next 3 correct for it to be the same.
Deviants, are we gonna lose?
Well, results are in. Here we go. Nobody voted for 3. How come nobody thinks you're a twin and also have an older brother?
I mean, technically, I guess if you count false.
Is he your twin and an older brother?
Yeah, you can have a twin. You can have older siblings and twins. I mean, they don't pop out at the same time.
That would be the ultimate fucking troll. I didn't even think about that when I wrote that.
Dude, I started thinking about it as I read it, and I was like, "Oh, wait a minute."
Well, we'll go for IRL on this one, not to confuse things, but it is in fact incorrect. So you guys are fine there. Between 1 and 2, we had 38% vote for number 2. Is your favorite anime Steins Gate?
I don't know what Steins Gate is.
You don't know? Okay. Well, chat, you got it right.
About time travel.
Yeah. I also have never watched it. Yeah, I only picked it because it was on my to-watch list. I was like, oh, this is a funny thing. I could put this in. But yeah, you guys got it right. If you paid attention to the start of the stream, we did talk about how Lady can, in fact, make and rig VTuber models, which is very impressive to me because that shit is complicated as hell.
Aww.
Speaking of anime, do you have a favorite anime? What are you looking around for?
I always answer this question was, if it was my favorite, I'd probably think about it right away.
So you don't have any strong feel. Okay, what anime do you have a strong feeling for right now? Just are you like a shonen type person? Seinen? Isekai. Interesting. Isekai. But what with it? Do you have a specific isekai anime you like?
Oh, I guess that time I got reincarnated into a slime.
Oh my god, I started watching that. It's oh, did you see the trailer on Twitter for a new adaptation they were doing for the what is it? I was reborn into another world as a refrigerator or something like that. Yep. Oh my god, how did I get an anime? Yeah.
It's an anime that was been long overdue for that series.
Really?
Not gonna lie.
Do you know the lore of the refrigerator isekai?
Yeah, there's a manga and a light novel for it.
Dude, light novels never fail to impress me with the concepts that they come up with. Truly, truly scary. But yeah, you guys got it right. 1 out of 2. If you guys get the next 2, you'll tie with our first guest, and you'll be in the okay.
We're gonna tie.
But I'm not so sure about that. We'll see. We'll see about that. All right, here is your guys' third set of little statements. Number 1, chocolate cake is mid. Number 2, I am lactose intolerant. Number 3, my favorite anime trope is isekai. Is this a freebie? Is this a freebie I'm smelling here? I think this might be a little freebie. Make sure to use Twitch's voting system, because sending it through chat does not let you actually vote. You could press the little drop down. You could vote as a viewer.
Do, 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 no, no.
Everyone is lactose intolerant. Is this true? I'm not lactose intolerant.
Sure.
What do you mean, sure? That is the weirdest threat I've ever heard. You're not lactose intolerant yet.
Yet.
Everyone's to varying degrees. Cow milk should not be consumed by humans. This is such... I never knew. Did you know this?
Yes.
I did not know this. Well, I don't pass away when I drink milk, personally.
I don't pass away. You don't... No one passes away when they drink. It's dead. What do you think lactose intolerant means?
It means you die once you drink milk. 100%.
No, it just means you like...
No. They die. They die. Their stomach explodes because of the milk. Trust me, I know.
You are lactose intolerant.
I mean, I haven't exploded yet. Have you exploded?
Multiple times, yes.
Damn.
I wish I could lie.
My condolences. Well, here we go. We had 17% voting for number 2. Nobody voted for the lactose intolerant, which is good because I don't think you are.
No, I'm not.
Very nice.
I just eat a lot of expired food.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
All right. Between 1 and 3, people voted for 3 the most. And well, you did, as we literally mentioned it last minute about your favorite trip is isekai. And you like chocolate cake. That was one of the facts. And I hope you aren't too hurt that I called it mid. I don't think it's mid. Personally. There it is. Number 3 is the correct answer. Lady loves expired mayo, says Cat. Is this true?
Well, I like mayo.
Do you wait for your mayo to go bad and then you eat it?
No.
That sounds like such a guilty no. Like, no? Who would do that? What? Not me. A weirdo would do that.
I don't do it on purpose, I swear. It's not intentional.
Like, oh, whoopsies, the mayo's gone bad. I guess I have to eat it now. It's the last thing I expected, I will say.
The amount of stories I have for like expired food that I've eaten and just like the explosions afterwards of my body trying not to die.
Sybil says aged. Yeah, that's a nice way to put it. Instead of expired. All right, you lovely people. You guys got 2 right, 1 wrong, 2 out of 3. Let's see if you guys can keep up the streak with the last one. I don't know if we've mentioned this last one, so it might be up for grabs on what the correct answer is. Here
the ultimate test.
Number 1, I have been on TV before, and this is meant to be national television, by the way. Number 2, horror games, although scary, are fun. Number 3, I've got an arm injury playing badminton. Now this has not been mentioned so far in the stream. I don't think. So this is a pretty tricky one and could end up with you guys getting a 50% score.
Are we losers, Deviants? No, we're not. We are not losers. Do not lose.
We'll see about that one. Oh. Oh, no.
Oh, do you know that TikTok audio where it's like, oh, no.
Yeah.
And then he just laughs?
Yeah, the wheeze. Yeah. Oh.
Let's do a 3-way tie. No way we lose that way. Oh, mama. Y'all better not lose.
Damn. That's actually kind of big brain. I'd have to... You cannot know who's voted for what beforehand, so you can't physically organize that. It'll be fine. But it looks like you guys aren't being too good right now. I'm not sure about this one. Are y'all getting a 50%? 50% is not bad. Honestly.
Oh, can we make it all 50%? Maybe it's a timer. Aw, so close. So close.
With 17%.
So
Number one, have you been on TV before, lady?
huh? No.
Have you been on TV before? Yep. And people voted for number 3 with my very specific lie about getting an arm injury playing badminton. Have you ever played badminton in your life?
I've never gone outside.
Yeah, I mean, you guys should have known that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, can you guys shut the fuck up about option 4? I swear to God.
But option 4 though.
But option 4 though, option 4 is only on certain games.
I was on Strange Addictions for my food crimes. No, I wasn't.
I mean, it's fine. Aren't you a robot? You can digest anything. It should be fine, surely.
Just because we can doesn't mean we should.
Against the moral code. Yeah, number 2 is the correct one. Horror games, although scary, are fun. Do you have any favorite horror games you'd like to share with us?
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
Series.
I have not gone into Resident Evil apart from watching...
Silent Hill.
Ooh, Silent Hill. I have also never gotten into Silent Hill. The only thing I know about Resident Evil is I watched our lovely man Jacksepticeye play through the Resident Evil Village. I think it's what it's called, with the big mummy person.
Yeah.
Lady
Mommy Dommy, Lady
Dimitrescu.
Dimitrescu.
I love her. But yeah, that game was interesting. I had no backing of lore from any of the previous games, so that made me confused as fuck. But it's a very well cool game. Silent Hill Marathon when? Do you think it's worth it to stream Silent Hill?
Yeah.
Well, that was a
It's
quick
very
answer.
fun.
Would I shit my pants?
I want to stream it. Yeah.
Damn. I don't like horror games. You know
It's
why?
third person though, so it's not too bad.
Ooh, that might actually alleviate something. No, because the thing is, on stream, I have this very, calm voice, and I speak very rhythmically. And the problem is when I scream, I sound like I'm being choked to death, and I don't know if I want to put that into the world. We are begging. Maybe I'll think about it. Get scared. But yeah, you guys got 50%. Not bad. You could have done much worse, and it was a nice exercise for you guys to get to learn Lady a bit more. That was pretty interesting. All right, we're going to go on a small little break here, a little 5-minute break to get some water while I set up the next couple of games. Don't leave just yet, because after our little 5-minute break, we are going straight into a Q&A. So ready up your questions if you've ever wanted to ask Lady anything about what she does online. But yeah, we'll catch you guys in just a second. Please bear with us. Bye-bye. Give us a second. Alright, you lovely people, we are back. Drank some water, got our stuff, put some stuff back in where it was not there before, and we should be fine to start our lovely live Q&A. Unlike many shows that you see online, people have they have little boxes where you can input questions. But I personally like to reward the people who make their way to the stream and watch here live with us. So you guys on chat right now, please ask any questions for Lady. And I also have some of my own. I'll start us off as stream catches up to what I'm saying. Do you guys, you and False, do you guys have like a method for keeping up with the absolute like wave of news? Like, how do you guys pick things? Do you just it's like, oh, this looks nice, we'll pick this. That looks nice, we'll pick this. Like, how do you filter between everything that you guys present on your show?
Well, it's definitely helped that we have a Discord server now. To help like with all the interns and deviants to help us with the news, from like just bubbles that we wouldn't have expected. But I know it's like, I mean, agency news is like, pretty good to keep up with because they usually have like, the individual talents, and then you have the main agency page that'll highlight from their individual talents, whether that's from a big agency or down to even like the small agencies. As for like how I go about it with indie news, because I have been critiqued about it a few times, is definitely anything that they have new to bring to the table, that's interesting or not quite seen before as a creator. Just because you debut doesn't necessarily mean that we're gonna showcase all of the debuts, right? Like what makes this interesting. So what makes this interesting? So I remember recently I had wanted to cover Shiabun with some like silly news, but that eventually just didn't get put through into the final cut because it wasn't, like it was a haha funny silly thing, but like that was a clip that I was reacting to and wanted to show because I wanted to highlight that VTuber and his silliness, but it just didn't get put in at the end. Was not deemed worthy enough by False Ideas VTuber news. But but something that did was like I know Pingu, our ice dominant ruler, world domination king, penguin VTuber, did, because he was like, it was an interesting, non-human character. He brought like some interesting new trope to bring to the VTuber scene. That was really cool. Yeah.
Do you guys receive like applications, or is it just like whatever you stumble upon?
It's whatever we stumble upon, whether that be ourselves from our own Twitter feed or from the Discord.
I see. Interesting. Somebody in chat, our friend here, Alex, asks, Lady, if you were to become an animal, what would it be? And why is it a rhino?
It's not a rhino. Why would it be a rhino?
What would it be?
Oh, might be... a fennec fox.
Ooh, that's cool. That's a really good answer, actually. Oh, that's cool. Akarisu asks...
little shits.
Okay, what do you mean? I thought it was like going to be something positive.
Oh, no. They're like chaotic little shits.
Oh.
If you ever met someone who has a pet fennec fox?
No, that seems very specific.
Well, yeah, I mean, it has to go through certain licensing and everything, right. But like, I follow this like one person who does vlogs, who does little TikToks of their like fennec fox adventures, and they're like, yeah, no, this guy's a little shit, but I love him.
Scooch says they scream and run around at night. That sounds like a nightmare. Oh no.
That's me.
Are you a gremlin? You seem to be a night gremlin.
Oh, for sure. Have you ever been on my streams?
Yes.
You ever watched them?
Akarisu asks what your favorite VTuber trope is. What are VTuber tropes?
I have no clue.
Oh, neither do I.
If you were to say maybe like, I guess Monster Girls then? If that's what you're asking? Maybe?
A VTuber trope. Like things they do? Like, for example, a trope for many VTubers is to say they are in a specific, how do I
wasn't
put
even
this?
getting that specific. I think it's probably just like, what kind of VTubers do you like? Like, what kind of species of VTubers do you like? I say Monster Girls. They just hit different.
That is true. And then most often they also have a monster form, so that makes it even better.
Mm-hmm. That's why they hit different.
You get both sides of the coin. Based monster girls. Do you have any inspirations for VTubing? Do you have any big like people you look up to?
Buff Pop, Juniper. Kenshi.
Have you had them? Have you had them on things VTubers say, or is that still like a work in progress type of thing?
Buff Pop. Ooh, I've collabed with Buff Pop. I haven't had Buff Pop on TVS like on as a stream, but definitely have covered news about all three of them. But so far I've yet to do a Sunday stream to talk with them about it. But Pulse is usually the one that organizes those.
We briefly mentioned it like before even stream started. I just got really curious about it. How calm you were about the topic, because if you guys didn't know, before every masquerade, I stress. It's no wonder, because I want to make sure everything's in place and the guest has a nice time and that things don't get scuffed. And you just calmly answered that it doesn't tend to get better, and you just kind of live with this like anxiety that you have before everything. How come you think like that? Don't you think you get accustomed to it, maybe?
I guess sometimes. Like I feel like you'll get through the muscle memory of it. Right? But obviously technical glitches happen no matter how prepared you are. No matter how many times you've done it. Like a software update could just screw you over.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's kind of what I meant. You just end up you have the muscle memory of like being able to, I click this, I hit this hotkey, I do this. But then, sometimes things just happen and you're like, oh, one moment.
Excuse me, I'll be right back. While you're like profusely sweating. Scooch asks, is there a theme or trope you haven't seen that you would like to see? Well, the trope that I wanted, I made, personally. Which was the masquerade. This was a trope that I wished to see. Like this very posh kind of style. I was like, okay, I guess I'll take it upon myself to make it. And so I did. Because it's not the original concept I had going on. Sorry, I cut you off. I'm
very impressed. No, you're good. I'm very impressed. I didn't expect like you are like really prepared with all of the like, not only with your emotes, but your overlays, your scene transitions, your trailer to start every stream. I'm very, very impressed with this
Thank you. That means a lot to me. Thank you. It was a long time coming. It was a big project. And can you believe, I actually tweeted out a bit ago, it actually stemmed from like doodles that my friends made. Like my friends who are actually in chat, Akarusu and Kiyomi-kan, they were like, what if we draw Shy in like this posh like suit? And I was like, oh. And then like I could feel like, like an anime moment like in the back of my mind, just like a spark, just pew! And like I had this like massive track of ideas that I wrote down. And now we're here somehow inviting people and having a lovely chat upon this nice sunset or sunrise.
That's just
I don't know which one it is.
It's just how it goes. How it moves.
We basically birthed you. That is a very scary thought to say. Ketis asks, which of the many expired foods you've eaten has been the worst so far? Have you done a stream like ranking like aged food?
No.
Well, if you did, what would be in your A tier?
On it. One second.
Okay, no worries. Hi, Eloy, welcome. Hi, Lynn. How's it going, guys? Welcome. Thank you all for the follows, by the way. I really appreciate them. I don't often read them on the show to not like break off, but since since LaeDee's gone under the desk to tie her shoes, I guess I could just thank Race, Lazar, and Dearest, Rixies, and Jesse Lockhart. Thank you all for the follow and for the support. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, welcome back.
Hello.
It looked, because you like bent down, it looked like you were tying your shoe underneath the little table that
Oh,
I have set up.
that's cute. What's the question? Aged
If
food?
you, yeah, what is your favorite aged food? And like, what is the worst aged food you've ever had? And why is this
Moldy
still a topic?
bagels.
Why would you eat moldy bagels? Lady,
I
I'm
don't want to
going
talk about it.
insane. I'm going insane over this.
It's too recent. It's too recent.
Is this like a recent meme of yours? What?
Yeah. I think like you could look up you could find the tweets for it. When I first discovered I was eating moldy bagels,
Okay.
I was like because like I had recently also been going out to get some kimchi. Like my friends treated me to getting like lots of Korean outside food, so I've been having kimchi, which I was like, okay, that's obviously the probiotics and this
Mm.
fermented food is gonna make me poop a lot. So I was like, all right, that's probably just that. I'm still gonna eat it. I'm still gonna go out with my friends and have them treat me and stuff. But then I realized it was just it was moldy bagels because I wasn't storing my bread. I never really store my bread properly. I don't store anything properly until I explode,
You scare
and then I
me.
ask others outside sources
Uh-huh. Yeah,
like why is this happening?
this is the scariest conversation I think I've ever had.
What?
How are you still alive? I feel like your body would have shut down by now.
I'm amazing.
Oh, I mean that's can't honestly cannot argue with that. Cannot argue with that. I might get this wrong, so you'll have to excuse me because I wrote it
Mm-mm.
down really quick and I might be wrong. Did you guys open more slots for more hosts for Things VTuber site recently, or did I missee that?
No. We do. We have now fully casted our two new kohai, that being our AI additions to the TVS family, Cody and Heidi. Mwah.
Ooh, this is cool. So are they just going to be similar to you, just people helping out Foss with delivering news?
Mhm.
How
And
come
they're
you
blue.
guys? They're blue? Oh my god.
They're
No
blue.
way. That's crazy. How come you guys wanted more people? Just feel like there's too much to cover?
Um, well, I feel like this probably is like a better question for false, but yeah, it just relieves some of the workload on him.
That's fair enough. Yeah. I'm just appalled by the sheer amount of information that you'd have to sift through on a daily basis to make sure like you give out the correct things. It is truly, truly incredible. Well, I want to ask you a little something before we do. I guess this question's more for the end, but it just came up to me now, and I want to ask it. What is the future for you? What do you have any plans for the future? Are you ever going to do anything else with the persona you had before, Lady? Do you have anything planned to expand beyond what you guys just do? Are you just trying to survive as a chemistry student?
That too.
What is the plan? Do you have
No,
any future things?
honestly, that all of the above. I really like the entertainment side of VTubing and what it brings to the table, interacting with other VTubers, but incorporating that reaction with chat.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that, like fun, like I'm with someone environment.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely like to continue integrating that and getting better at like hosting some chill chats and collabs and everything. Sometime in the future, I would definitely completely love to do some
Ooh.
VR things with others. Apparently, though, I'm just limited to desktop. But after I save the funds for my college tuition, because I'm putting that on the forefront right
Mm-hmm.
now since it's due pretty soon. Yeah,
Fair enough. That's a
yeah,
pretty damn good
yeah.
answer. Well, people, it is time for our second game, and it requires a little bit of an explanation from me. The name of the game is
Ah.
Keen Eye. There we go. There it is. Keen Eye. This was not the same game as last stream, as the last Masquerade. So this is a new thing, and I will explain what it is very briefly. I thought it would be an interesting game, since you are still classified as like a news VTuber, to see how keen of an eye you actually have. So I will be showing you zoomed in images of different VTubers, since you have to sift through so many news and look at so many different people. I want to see if you can get a nice score within these 5 questions, and they get progressively harder, and you just have to tell me who it is, who appears on this little circle of ours.
Circle too, it's not even a square.
Yeah, it's a circle, so you have even less. Give me a second. I just want to make sure I don't reveal the wrong thing. I did. Okay.
Oh.
All right, that's fine. I did you see it? I flashed it real quick.
Oh, for sure.
All right, you get a freebie. You get a freebie.
I got one freebie.
You got a freebie. I clicked studio mode, but it didn't go through. But that's fine. Well, you get, this is our practice round.
Who's that one? I don't know him.
We'll go through a little practice round here then. Who is this one?
It's waiting for it to pop up. That's the cum lord.
Yes.
Niji Sanji, Ian.
All right, you got your freebie. All right, no more. No more of that. No more of that.
Lots
all right.
of comma.
Here's your actual first one. Here we go. There's your first one. It's a pretty easy one. You have to give me a name. Don't worry. We'll let stream catch up. Let's see if you can actually.
Vienna.
All right. This was the first one, so it is meant to be pretty easy. There we go. And then we got the one that I.
Where's the challenge?
All right. Okay. Here we go. There's your next one. I zoomed in it a lot, so let's see if you can figure this one out. Maybe I made this too easy. I'm always so scared I make things too hard, and then my guest just destroys me.
That's Snuffy.
All right. This is the same thing is happening like the last masquerade we had, where I presented our guest with options and she frame one guessed them all and I thought it was hard, but apparently my games are too easy. All right. Okay, this one. This one's easy as well. Fuck.
What's it called? My credibility is at stake here.
This one's pretty easy too.
Iron Mouse.
Okay.
That's Iron Mouse's live 2D model done by Two Wind Tales that she recently debuted for her 1 year or 5 year and birthday stream.
All right, maybe, just maybe, it isn't that they're easy. Maybe you're just cracked. I think we'll go with that narrative. I think that's a bit better for my reputation as well as a host.
Copium, where is it? Someone get shy. Someone get shy his copium. He needs it.
No,
where's the Holostari and mage producer potions with his copium, please? Thank you. We need one serving. One order, please.
All right,
send the
here's
message via carrier pigeon.
Here's your last one. I don't know if this hard.
Last one already?
I made 5 because I thought you'd be like, let me think here.
You underestimate my abilities as a VTuber co-host news.
I did.
First
Man,
Android.
It sucks. All right, here's your last one. Let's see if it's easy. Oh, yeah, no. Okay, this one's hard. Let's see if you can actually pull this one off. Okay, because you've been so good, I am not giving you. Giving you.
Why is that hard?
How did you get that from a leg? I thought the leg would
what
get
do you. Mean?
I thought I'd be able to bamboozle you because it was just a blue leg.
It's a blue leg.
It's a leg, bro. How did you get that from a leg?
I know those pretzel sticks anywhere.
I thought it would be the ultimate gotcha moment if you guessed this shit wrong. God damn it! I've been bamboozled. You've won. You've made up 5 out of 5, clean on the board.
I could have gone more specific. It's a bit like, oh yeah, that's from the Ionic character sheet.
You're an actual android. You just scan people. You're just relaying the messages from your brain. Well, that was Kenai, the quickest game.
I have 2 gigabytes of memory, but I memorize all that's important.
Damn, I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought that would drag on for way longer than it did. Well, now I know that if I ever want to challenge another news host, I have to make sure only like 2 pixels are present on the screen at once, at most, if not 1. Otherwise, we're gonna have
Dude,
this.
honestly, if I had seen those in real time, because I was waiting for the stream to go, you could have had 20, and I would have buzzed through them.
I'm so upset. I'm so mad. God damn, why do I make these games so easy? No.
I was expecting a challenge. Wow, I'm actually I'm a little embarrassed. I got Acious.
Oh,
But
no,
that was
you,
so easy.
you fucking blitz through them. Oh, God damn. I'm still mad about the false one. I was like, okay, maybe. You know what's worse? It was easier before, and I was like, okay, no. I'll just put the leg because I think just having that corner will be too easy or too hard. So I was like, okay. I'll put the leg in, just the leg in. Surely she won't fucking know. I'm distraught.
You can't fool these eyes.
I'm distraught. God damn it, dude.
These eyes, can't fool them.
I do want to ask another little question as we proceed towards our next little section, which is things VTubers say. It's not just you two. I'm sorry for those. We should have given a more in-depth explanation at the start of the stream, but I went and looked again, and I was trying to like understand what things VTuber says actually was, and what the whole concept was, and I was like, oh, so you guys sometimes have guests. But you also cover news with the guests.
Every Sunday.
Which is really interesting because when I originally saw it, what people usually do, and literally what I do, is have a very guest-focused thing. But do you guys just have them on as like an extra host for the week? Or is it ever something also related to them?
So on Sunday, we dedicate the first hour to news about them and things. We interview them the same way as you were doing here, but we bring up their sources on like the Twitters and everything, and it's fun. We have a little banter sometimes, and they get to explain themselves and their growth and everything, or their new addition to the VTuber scene and whatnot. And then we focus on the later half of some general VTuber news that we would cover on the Monday episode.
You guys are so damn organized. I need to note down, take some lessons, get my notepad out. Like, you guys almost, I wouldn't say almost, you guys practically work like a company. Would that be incorrect to say?
Oh, it's all false, man. It's all false.
Is he a one-man company?
He's the CEO.
That is.
He handles everything. He's like he's the human resource department, the research department, he's 24/7 on that grind all the time. I don't know how he manages it with like others, because he has like other work as well. Absolute legend.
That is fucking terrifying. And this man is unbelievable. Jesus. Okay.
He's very smart, right? He definitely. I look up to ID. I look up to False ID for his work ethic on working smarter, not harder.
How come?
Because he works very smart.
Interesting.
He's very, as you said, like organized.
Like efficiency,
it's like
right? Efficiency,
the efficiency.
Over just...
Yeah. That's what I meant by smarter. Works more efficient instead of hustling and grinding in a very inefficient way. He's very efficient, and I really look up to that work ethic.
I do have a couple more topics, but I'd wanted to ask if you have anything in particular you wanted to talk about. May that be VTuber news or anything in particular that has stood out to you within these last couple of months. Do you have anything, or should...
Dude, okay, well, you were talking about like Brazil. And it reminded me of, do you know Hiroshi Sensei?
I do not.
They are a vampire VTuber teacher that does education streams from time to time. He's a very smart person, is like the starter of like several companies, I think, and he's just like on the VTuber scene. He works with one of the things that he does that he helps produce is on the VTuber scene is he works with like Diariku and Uni Iho and a few
Mm-hmm.
others. Some talents from View again, but not limited
Vegan, yes.
to. They help like prepare for like VTuber debuts and startups and things. So if you're looking for a
Mm-hmm.
layout or anything, or like a lore video or anything, they can help you with that and provide services with that. But something that was very interesting was that you guys in like the other like non-USA, like your education is so wild and good, man. Like I'm flying by my inorganic and just like everything and like my studying patterns. Ooh, so like I need to be more I need more discipline. I need
Mm.
more discipline, but I find it very hard to I'm passing, but like if I really put in the effort, I could definitely get like A's, but I'm mainly like in the B and C range.
I see. Well, that is interesting you mentioned that. I can give you multiple perspectives because I was born. Okay, people who don't know me, I'll give you a little backstory. I was born in Brazil, and then at my early teens, I moved to Britain, and then in my late teens, I moved back to Brazil, and now I live in Norway. So
Wow.
I've lived in very different locations, three very wildly different places. I do have to admit. I can't vouch or say anything about the Norwegian education because I was not here for high school, but I was high schooling in both Britain and Brazil. Britain is interesting. I would say they're different, just at different education systems. Brazil prides itself on like just the sheer amount of information. Like we don't drop. I don't know if this is in the USA if this happens, but in Britain, for example, there's something called GCSEs where you'll slowly but surely like cut subjects. So you read GCSE and then you no longer have history and geography. You can pick those as optionals, but you can also pick art, photography, business studies. Like you have these extra things. And then you eventually
No.
get to a point where they like cut it down to just 3 subjects that you can study for
No.
before university. That's Britain. That's the British system. However, Brazil prides itself on never giving up anything. So by the time you have to enter uni and do its exam, you have to know maths, all of chemistry, biology, like all of the sciences, sociology, philosophy. You have like this entire like line. It's a lot of stuff. And some people may say like, oh yeah, it's good you learned that. But it's also bad because not even 30% of what is shown actually shows up in the final exam. It's very much that type of thing of like give you a lot of information and then out of that lot of information we give you questions. You don't have to know everything, but you have to know everything to make sure that the questions they give you, you know, if that makes sense. And it is not fun, I'll tell you that much. I'm not sure if you've heard of it. The Brazilian exam is called Enem, which is a like big deal because we get like it's a national exam of where is it like in the USA? Is it SATs you guys do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's basically like SATs. But the problem is, wait, how do you can you tell me how long SATs are? Like the actual exam?
Maybe like I don't know.
No, just
Let me
curious
Google.
to compare because
How long is the SAT exam duration? 3 hours.
just one day, 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So Eneng actually spans across 2 days, a Saturday and a Sunday. On Saturday, the exam runs for about 6 hours, and on the Sunday, it's for about 6 to 7. So it's practically marathon worthy exam.
Like,
You
these
get
are graduate exam lengths.
what do you mean graduate? Like in university?
So like you have like an undergrad with a BA, and then you can get like your master's or PhD. But like to do that, you need to take a graduate exam, a national graduate
Yeah,
exam in the US.
that's
And
the
those
one.
are the ones that last 6 to 7 plus hours. But even
Yeah.
then, they're only like 1 day.
Yeah, they can't fit enough into one day, so they put it across 2. So you have like one day that's like maths and
Crazy.
sciences, and then the other day is like everything else will be like English, philosophy, sociology, geography, history, all that, all in one. And you just, when I tell you, I actually, like after the exam ended, I went home and immediately like almost fell into like a small coma because of how tired I was from writing for like 6 hours. And the worst part
Oh.
is my body automatically woke up the next morning and I panicked. I was like, oh fuck, gotta study. And I was like, uh-oh, I finished the exam. I don't gotta study anymore. You know when you get that like reflex? It's like you build up a habit for so long that you just naturally get scared of like exams.
Yeah.
It is pretty terrifying, I do have to say. Before we head out to the ending, I have one last topic, unless you have more, of course, after. One thing that I've always wanted to discuss with people, and since you're, very into news, the size, we discussed so many times the size of the VTubing community. Do you think that's a problem with the amount of people? Do you think it's gonna get to a point where it's like unmanageable, or is it already at that point, or do you think it will ever get to that point? Is it a problem if it does? Do you have any opinions on that?
I don't necessarily think so. I mean, if you think back to just like things like like what like the thing about that is to me is like thinking about the music industry.
Mm,
Like it's varies, it has different national, international levels of fandoms, of genres, of artists. You have their IRL artists, even like before VTubers were really a thing, back in like I forgot when they debuted, but like Gorillas, right? Like they were
yes.
a non-human facing brand of music and they're still going on now and help pushing forward. What other indie VTuber content creators do is something similar to that.
Hmm.
So I don't think it would ever be a problem. I think the only issue would maybe come from, I guess, general common courtesy and etiquette.
What do you mean by
Like
that?
like how for I guess actors or idols, it took a while. Like there's a trial and learning from like what is toxic, parasocial.
Mm,
Like I need to know everything about Marilyn Monroe or everything about this and this or oh no, my idol has a boyfriend or girlfriend. Now I need to make a hate account and just like disrespect them and attend all their events and just not show my lights at their concerts or something like that. Because that was something
hmm,
that's weird. That was common in like a hip hop stuff. So I think it's just like I don't think it's an issue
hmm.
regarding the like whole like is VTubing the issue. I don't think VTubing is the issue. I think it's just people like in general. Like I
Oh
think it's just
yes,
like,
the root of all
you know
problems, people.
yeah.
I
That'll
understand.
be weird sometimes, but, like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, I
Yes,
don't
I
think it's, like,
understand.
to blame, like, I don't think VTubing is to blame. Like, if anything does get, like, to the point where someone would be like, "I think VTubing is to blame," I don't think that would be the case. I think it's, like, just be, like, a common, be courteous, respectful,
Yes.
just remember, like, treat others the way you wanna be treated, respectfully, please respectfully, consensually,
Have you had that? Have you had? I mean, I would presume so because that's pretty much most women on Twitch. But have you had any weird people on your Twitch chat as a VTuber?
Not really.
Oh
I
wow!
don't think so. That or maybe my mods, like, time out the person quickly
Frame
before you notice
one,
it.
frame one, bonk.
Mhm.
I just asked because of what you mentioned. It is still an unfortunate problem that many people deal with.
Both in and out of the VTuber community, just
Yeah.
entertainment in general. But, like, it's interesting because like, each entertainment phase goes through the same repeated history,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm, yeah, I think I understand. Yes. Very interesting. All right. Anything else you'd like to touch upon?
It's False's birthday today.
It's False's birthday?
Yeah, it's his birthday
What the
today.
fuck?
I don't know if he'll be streaming today. I think he might be, but either way, I'm very excited to celebrate his birthday, even if he doesn't want to celebrate
Ah,
it. I will celebrate it for him.
that is
With him.
very
I
nice.
will
That's
purposely drag him in
very
to
funny
celebrate.
how this coincided. I did not know, I will say. Completely escaped me. Well, if he ever
Mhm.
does listen, I wish him a happy birthday. I hope he has
Oh, he's
a
probably
lovely
asleep.
one. Yes, it is very
I'll
early over
forward it. I'll
there.
forward it.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I think that will do it for us, unless you have any more things. I've run out of my little list here.
He made a big thing out of LaeDee's birthday. Yeah, this man.
Oh god, what did he do?
I-
Tell me.
No,
Spill it.
he's like, I was like, do you want to make anything out of your birthday, like a birthday hashtag or anything for the birthday art that you are most definitely gonna have because it's your birthday? He's like, no,
Huh?
I'm not that big of a VTuber. I'm like, come on. What?
That's so sweet. Was it your birthday recently?
Oh yeah. But then that just made me think, I was like, if I could do it, you could do it. But I just think he doesn't want to. I know he's definitely going to be covering some more of the, because we recently had a charity stream in the end of June for Gamers Outreach. We raised over $4,000 thanks to
Oh,
everyone's
wow.
contribution. It was great. It was amazing. For the kids, do it for the kids.
Very
And
nice.
he'll be doing some of those because we had like obviously like like subathon goals, but like for the charity we had charity goals to also do. And he's done some of them already. But yeah. I think he'll be covering more of those. I don't know if it'll be in his stream today, but definitely in celebration for his birthday, I know he's gonna be banging those out.
Very nice. Man doesn't even stop working on his birthday. Crazy.
No, don't stop. Don't stop. I remember he said he was interested in doing a subathon or something like that, or something of like a marathon.
Ooh, would you?
For me, I don't know if I could handle that.
That is way far beyond anything I could like. I'm
PC
maybe
would
a
explode.
subathon, but
It would
there's a
overheat.
difference between a capped and an uncapped. An
Oh, for sure.
uncapped is something out of hell.
Yeah. I really want to try to do an uncapped subathon.
How do people survive? Is that a weird question?
I just want to know. The only thing I want to know is how to coordinate the timer in the chat. Because I never understood that whole like raise the timer. Mainly because like I don't really pay attention to uncapped subathons.
Or isn't it code?
I find them kind of
like when people subscribe or donate, the timer goes up based on the notification that shows up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't think it's anything
But I feel
chat
like,
related.
Yeah. But I also feel like it needs to be very interactive. Right? Like you need like events or things happening.
Yeah, people generally have those subathon goals. That tends to be a trend. So much so that our next guest for the Masquerade is actually in an uncapped subathon right now. And I am still worried that she's not going to be done by the date. But we'll see. People are insane who I don't know, who do uncapped subathons. I am such a like organized type of person. How does a person have any time to like breathe in an uncapped subathon? Do they just lie that they're going to sleep and just like go about their day and then they're like, oh, how's it going, guys? I just woke up.
Never slept.
No, I could never. I've seen people do it. I guess
I could never either. I like lying down.
It's not for me. I can't. I don't know if you get this as well. Do you have good streaming endurance?
I'd like to think so.
Like, could you go on for like hours on end? Have you actually? Good question. Have you done a 24-hour stream? That tends to be the training for a subathon.
Myself for it though. I think that's the difference. I can't just like impulsively do a 24-hour stream.
Yeah.
I'd have to like prepare for it, like mentally.
Wait, Kit says, I remember when Twitch used to ban you from doing sleep streams. I did not know this. I know there's a what is it called? Like a topic? No, what is it called? Where just you select sleeping. Yeah, like where instead of selecting just chatting or game, you click I'm just sleeping, which is still very weird to me. Like not the fact that like they added it, but how many people were sleeping on stream for them to have to add it is pretty funny to me.
Yeah, I'm usually in trouble for doing that.
That's crazy. How do people used to do subathons? Could they just not do it?
No, they still did it. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention to that much. Usually they would feel like they'd have like their sleeping thing, and then maybe they'd have like some people like come into VC. Obviously people they trusted while they were like unconscious, but still alive. That sounds so scary. Well, who do I trust enough? Or have like a YouTube video playlist playing in the background as their VTuber sleeps in the foreground.
I see. Well, one last little thing I wanted to talk about. Let me see here. Give me a second.
I'm just reclining in this chair, man. Super comfy.
I'm glad you like it. Actually,
it's a good chair.
Most people don't know because it tends to be that we're in front of the chairs. But if I nudge myself out of the way, you can see my chair has a little star on it. And if I nudge myself back, there we go. And if I nudge you out of the way, there you go. You have a moon behind your chair as a little symbol.
Cute.
Very fine details here. Very fine details. I am very new to the whole VTuber space, so I hope this question does not come with any negative connotations. I hope it doesn't. What is the problem that I've seen online of this whole 2D and 3D debate? Why do people talk about it? Why does it exist? And I was just confused because since you're our first 3D guest, I want to know if you knew anything about it. Are you asleep right now? Oh fuck, I think her batteries ran out, chat.
No.
yo, get the batteries from the cabinet.
Someone get the charger. She went into sleep mode again.
It's the same argument as butts versus boobs. I think that is literally the best comparison I've ever heard.
Honestly. False always makes a joke about it. He's always, but I think sometimes he genuinely means it, where he likes 3D more than 2D. I like 2D. But I like the versatility that comes with 3D because you can interact more on the scene.
Yeah, you have hands.
I have hands. I do.
Crazy.
I could like point to things and everything. If I was playing a game, if a character had like, big boobas and I just wanted to, fact check really quick, I could just be like, or I could like, turn around.
What
be like,
the fuck?
Hold on, chat. I'll be like, hold on, chat. Hold on. I gotta inspect this. Hold on. Let me get my.
Yo, can you get that dust off my my curtains real quick?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. This is so funny. This is awesome.
Yeah. I could do things like that Live 2D couldn't. And I could do VR chat streams, no problem, because I just would upload the thing straight to VR chat.
I'm excited for you to see VR chat streams.
We've had a recent one this Sunday, last Sunday, with False and Rainy. It's very fun. It's very gremlin. I behaved very well.
I'm scared of VR. Is that weird? I've never tried it. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'd like get extremely nauseous and then just like pass away.
Oh, I don't have VR either. I'm just desktop user.
Oh yeah, you can play. Sorry, I always forget this because I've never tried it. But you can play VR chat without VR.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have a model and just walk around as if it was like a regular lobby.
I've been a desktop user since the start of VR chat.
Why am I dumb? I always thought you had to have VR. That's good.
A lot of people mistook me for having VR. They're like, "Whoa, when did LaeDee get VR?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't. It's just."
I mean, honestly,
I'm
if you really think
familiar
about
with the UI.
It honestly just might be better for you to just be on desktop because of like nausea problems. Because you're just looking at a screen on the computer. But if you put the headset on, I've heard of some terrible stories of like people just getting extremely motion sick from them.
Yeah.
Or disoriented.
It's like a simulator without the actual physical motion, and your brain like confuses it, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, I can see myself moving, but my physical body isn't moving. That's gotta be such a bad thing. Oh no.
Let me tell you, when you go through like things like roller coasters in VR, it's not fun.
Oh, is it bad? Oh no.
Oh, it's major mosh sickness. Even if it's not going too fast. Like even like to the perspective of just like going like very slowly.
That is terrifying.
Like that through a first person cam. Because like we went to the amusement park in VR. And like I was perfectly fine. Because I'm like False is gonna be like, I have an extra VR set. You want it, LaeDee?
That would be cool.
very regretful. He was like that with his with the mic with some of the tools I have as well. He was like,
Mm,
"Hey, you want this?" I'm like, "Okay." I won't say no to that.
fair enough. Well, Liddy, I think that will do it from us today. It has been an absolute pleasure to have you on here on our second ever show. Oh my god, you materialized your glasses back. Could you not see me that whole time?
These are just for decoration.
Oh, okay, good. I'm just going through the entire show blind. Anyways, how's it going? Puts glasses back on. But yeah, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you accepting to come on. I know it's a bit... I know it's always a toss-up when people get invited to things like this, especially from someone who isn't extremely big. But I do appreciate you accepting, and I hope you had a good time. And I hope it
I
turned out
did. I was
the
super
way you
impressed.
expected.
You've been a great host, and I look
Thank you.
forward to your future content with both this and in your creative streamer variety streamer things.
Thank you. That's very sweet of you. I will try my best, my damn hardest.
I mean it.
Okay. Anyways, thank you, lovely people, for watching this today. I really appreciate it. Before we end stream, of course, please go check out LaeDee's social media. Both her Twitch and her Twitter are now on the chat. And little news before we go. The first ever Masquerade highlight video has been created for it, and soon enough, we'll get it uploaded on YouTube, and hopefully you guys enjoy. It's being edited by the lovely Alex, who has edited for me before, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. But I'll do it for us today. Thank you again, and I will see you all very, very soon for the next episode and show of The Masquerade.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Take care.
Bye.